Alright, y'all, here's part two. So I'll get started right here. These are all my standard wrenches. I got Snap-on 9/16, Snap-on 5/8, Snap-on 11/16. There's a Snap-on stubby 3/4 inch, Snap-on 9/16 1/2 inch, 1933 Blue Point box set wrench, and the same in a Snap-on styled one, but it's not from 1933. I got a Mac double boxed end wrench. Snap-on flare wrenches, Williams wrenches, Snap-on, I get all kinds of stuff in here. There's a Snap-on 7/16. I mainly use the ones in the sets over there and there, but so this, just where I got some gear wrenches, 9/16, 7/16. Yep, so there's that. And here I've got metric wrenches. These are a whole set of gear wrenches from 8mm all the way to 19. Snap-on 10-inch adjustable wrench there. 15mm ratchet, 7mm Mac, and just my set of metric wrenches. I don't really use metric that much. I got a Snap-on 15mm flank drive plus and a 10mm flank drive plus and a stubby 16mm, and I got a Blue Point 4-inch adjustable wrench somewhere up in there. I don't know exactly where, but yep, there's that. Here I got all my pliers. I've got everything. I got slip joints, I got crimpers, channel locks, retaining ring pliers, snap ring, whatever you want to call them, 10 snips, long needle nose, riveters, nail clippers, these Craftsman Robo Grip or whatever they're called, linesman's pliers, needle nose, diagonal cutters. I got it all. Here's all my vice grips. Definitely a must if you're going to be welding. Vice grips they get pretty pricey after a while, so I've bought most of these at yard sales and stuff. You can tell, they're not all in the best shape. That one's kind of rusty, but that's perfect if you don't care about them. If you're welding, you don't want to ruin good pairs of vice grips. So, and these ones are kind of rusted too. But when you're welding, it really doesn't matter. They all do the same job. As long as they function right, who cares what it looks like? That's at least what my philosophy. This is all 1/2-inch drive sockets. All of this, and some Snap-on. There's one, there's one, there's one. Mac. A Matco 3/8 to 1/2-inch adapter. All in here. Got those things. The 3/8 bit drivers, more there. Snap-on 5/8 deep right in there. 3 Macs, 2 18mm and 11/16. Like 2 Snap-on swivels, another Snap-on swivel, Snap-on spark plug socket, 13/16, 14mm 19/32, 17/32, 3/8. There's a flathead socket, Cornwell, I can't remember what that is. Another Snap-on semi-deep 3/8. There's a Black Hawk right there. And then back here's all 1/4 inch, whole bunch of Snap-on 1/4 inch extensions. All these sockets standing up that aren't on this rail here, those are all Snap-on Mac and Black Hawk, I think. And then I just got a set of Craftsman ones right in there, if you can see those. And here's in this red box is what is it? From all my 12-point 1/4 inch driving sockets. And get my little stool over here. Sit down and show you the rest. Here's all my hammers. I've got sledgehammers there, framing hammers, ball peens. I've got body working hammers. I've got, mallets, drilling hammers, another broken dead blow hammer, more mallets. A whole bunch of more body hammers back there. I got a crowbar here, a whole bunch of dollies for doing body work. Snap-on brake spoon for doing drum brakes. Craftsman half-inch drill, hacksaw, a whole bunch of drill bits in here. Got an impact screwdriver in here, my torch, but that's not in there. Sears compression tester, a whole bunch of fittings for air hoses and air tools, some grease and air hammer bits down there. Got some pullers, 1/4-inch torque wrench for torquing down rods, multimeters, and then here's got a jigsaw there. I got another impact wrench that's pretty old. It's my dad's. There's a air hammer. It's a $4 one from Walmart. The box is all ripped up, so I got it for $4. But then I later got that IR one up there for $2 at a yard sale. So there's a Sears 3/8 drill. DeWalt piece of shit 9.6 volt drill. This is a hole saw kit in this bag here. There's a Black & Decker drill and a Weller soldering iron in there. So there's that. Up here, where's this stuff? I finally got one of these. Actually, well, I've had it for years. Actually, it was my dad's. I found it up at my land, and in a shed that was infested with, I don't know, like a little cabinet that was infested with wasps. So yeah, this is my Bosch 1632 VS Panther reciprocating saw. Pretty good one. My dad's. It was it's pretty old, but it works great. In here, you know, I just got a few pairs of pliers. Hold on. You know, nothing special really. But up in here, you know, I just got gasket makers, silicone, JB Weld, grinding compound, Loctite, that kind of stuff. Just some wrenches. Nothing special, Craftsman wrenches, but well, actually, if you look at them, they're kind of weird shaped. They're missing a chunk out of them on that side. They're all like that. Just some screwdrivers. I love long screwdrivers. Just makes everything easier. Pry bar here. You know, nothing too special in there. Well, in here I've got my honer, 2 grease guns, a metric tap and die set, and a gigantic pair of channel locks made by Sears. In here I keep extra welding gloves and work gloves. This is drill bits and sandpaper, and that's a junk drawer. All kinds of stuff, from tin snips to riveters to things for pegboard to oil filter wrenches to screwdrivers and wire brushes. So, and I've got all kinds of stuff. And I got my junkyard toolbox there, and a big set of wrenches from 3/8 to 1.25 inch, funnel, lantern. I got my DeWalt grinder there. Yep, there's that one. That's my new one. This is my old one, the Harbor Freight one. Mechanics wear gloves. I don't really have nothing in there, like zip ties and some nails and stuff. This is my other bench grinder. I'm giving that to Chris. My air compressor. This is a Porta-Cable 150 psi, 6-gallon. Yeah, oilless air compressor. There's my case for my Sawzall. My welder, of course, there. My other bench grinder there. This is my Black & Decker one on a stand there. All kinds of nuts and bolts in there. My other air compressor, 1982 Craftsman, 3 horsepower, 30-gallon. Pretty good air compressor. It runs on 240 volt, so I can't use it right now because I don't have 240 volt out here. But yep. So that's about it on all my tools. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and go back and check my other video from months ago, and you'll see how many more I've gotten in the last, you know, I don't know how long ago I put that video up, but since then. So see y'all later.